Right, loads to do today. Gardening stuff, of course. You won't catch me doing housework. Not at this time of year when there's all these seeds and that need starting. Speaking of seeds, these two lads here, Noel and Liam, they keep an eye on my seedlings for me overnight. We've got a full kitchen table. Well, I say full. We can always cram a little bit more, can't you? And over there, on the kitchen windowsill, spin you round. We've got all kinds of things. Lupins, lettuce, sweet peas, Welsh onions. Now, if you don't know what Welsh onions are, they're not an onion. You don't harvest them for the bulb. Think of them as a massive fat giant chive. Cut and come again. You keep cutting the stalks off. And they're good for flavouring. And we've got a big tray of leeks, winter giant free, and some sweet peas on the end. And also, there's our kitchen aloe plant. That's the mother plant, the main plant. She keeps throwing out pups like it's going out of fashion. And then over there is one of the pups that we've potted up. And one of my sisters, Alicia, is going to be getting that pup when she finally gets her own place to live. Oh, and there's some potatoes that are chitting away nicely. Please don't ask me what variety they are, because God love her, our Claire got the potatoes and she's chitting them, which is amazing. Thank you, Claire, because I know you watch this. But she hasn't got a clue what variety they are because she didn't keep the label. Come on! Right then, fellow gardeners, nature lovers. 2 questions. Question number 1. Are they frogs or toads? Question number 2. Why the hell do they keep having sex in my backyard? That's just so wrong. I've not even got a pond in my backyard. They're on tarmac. He's not exactly treating her to a nice time there, is he? I suppose it's better than going round behind a bus shelter, but I mean, really, come on. I'm feeling a little bit guilty now about just doing some gardening stuff and not doing housework, so I'll get tea started. It's the morning. Claire and the girls are out at school and work, so that is my sourdough starter. September the 23rd 2018 we started this, and it gets used, and when we use it we take some out and then we feed it again. We've done nothing more than wholemeal flour and water, and that is it. And so there's natural wild yeast in there. Can you see all the bubbles? So we're going to make pizzas with a sourdough starter yeast mix. So I've got 300 grams of sourdough starter in there. I'll add about 700 grams of plain flour, 200 mils of water, a little bit of salt, a little bit of honey, and then that'll be my dough. And then I'll leave it all day to rise, because the thing with sourdough is it's not as quick rising as the dried active yeast stuff that you buy in sachets and packets. It's not as quick acting. It still rises, you just need to leave it a bit longer to prove. So I'll get this mixed up, get my flour in there, and then it's got all day to prove until tea time, where I'll knock it back, roll it out, make some pizzas, and it's going to be amazing. Now, normally we do this in the summer months. We make our own pizzas where we can add ingredients that have come from our allotment or backyard. But because it's still like late winter, early spring, pretty much all I've got to add to it really now is some of our dehydrated herbs. And most of the veg that's going to be going onto the toppings, that'll have to be shop bought, because we just don't really have any lettuce or, you know, to have as a side salad with it. We don't have anything like that at the moment, or spring onions. Right, I best get cracking. I've taken the top off my cold frame and everything's doing quite well. I mentioned it in a video the other day, but I didn't actually take it off. But yeah, we're doing alright. So you can see a buddleia there. That was in the video where I dug up a self-seeded little buddleia plant on my gravel at the front of the house, It had blown in from my neighbour who has one, so I potted it on, and it's doing great. We've got some agapanthus, some sweet peas. I'll come back to the sweet peas in a minute. Some rose cuttings that I take. Oh, what else have we got? All kinds of things. Japanese anemone, hydrangeas there. They've not rooted yet, but as you can see, they have got some top growth on. It'll be another couple of months when the weather gets warmer before they actually start to root. But for now, I'm going to pinch out these sweet peas. These were planted autumn last year, and I've overwintered them, and they've got quite leggy. In fact, very leggy. As we're getting now late winter, getting into early spring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch them back, cut them back, and that will, well, first of all, it'll stop them getting leggy. It'll promote more bushier growth from where I've cut, so you'll get more shoots coming out. More shoots equals more flowers, and it's just giving it a bit of a tidy up. So if I take that top off there, I'll compost that. And there's another shoot here that's got quite leggy, so I'll take that down to a set of leaves just above there. Now that's not as bad now, so that's got a better chance of growing on a bit more sturdier. And there's one here as well, look. So I'll take this one back to about there. And I'll compost that. Right, so they can go back in the cold frame now. Oh, and Ryan, I've given him a clean. Still a bit of rust on the blade though. I need to get some wire wool and take the rust off. But I gave him a good wipe, and I've sprayed some WD-40 so that they're working better now. Because Ryan, bless you, he was the only one that noticed that these needed a damn good seeing to. Because in the last video I used these, every time I closed them, I was having to prise them apart before I could use them again. So the moral of the story is, don't be lazy like me, and look after your tools. Keep them clean and keep them in good working order. One of my biggest moans about my backyard is the decking. It takes up about half of the floor space, and we've covered it in pots and everything, but I just hate it. I absolutely hate this decking. The slightest bit of water on and it turns into an ice rink, and it's lethal. Well, oh, what a shame. It started to break, and me and our Claire have always said, when it starts to break, we'll rip it all up and go back to the ground, and I'll have a proper garden. So look at this. Hang on. Oh dear, what a shame. Accidentally on purpose. Might be this year, people. Might be this year that this decking goes.